Hi everybody, welcome back to Mina TV. You're watching ABS, AfricanBlogsSay. And I'm super excited about today's episode because we have a special guest with us. Can you introduce yourself to the people?
I am KMS. And I'm happy you invited me here. I can't wait to see we're going to talk about. It's going to be great.
And some of you guys might recognize his face. Of course, you're from the African Millennials.
Part of the cast, yeah, part of the crew.
How is it going over there?
Oh, you know what? It's been a great show. The cast, it's family, and we, as much as we are very opinionated, we're family. We stick together, no matter what people might have a little fallouts here and there, but we all stick together. We listen, we discuss, and we make it resolved.
So where are you from, actually?
Yeah, because I hear an accent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Clean one.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I'm from the United Kingdom.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sure?
I mean, do you want to see proof? I mean, I can give you this passport.
Not here.
So you're 100% British? Are you mixed with anything?
Well, my parents are from Jamaica.
Okay.
Oh.
But
I didn't get Jamaica at all.
At all.
Yeah.
I thought you were part of our people.
No, I don't. I'm with you.
Okay.
So obviously, my parents are born in Jamaica, but Africa is home to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but at the same time, Jamaica is still home as well, but Africa first, then Jamaica, then Great Britain, and then we're here today.
When was the last time you went to Jamaica?
Last time I went to Jamaica was 5-6 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
It's a nice island place, bro. I love it. But we're here today.
Right. So,
Okay.
So can you tell us your name again is?
KMS. That stands for the Kieran McLeod Show. For those that don't know, trust me, go check it out.
where can we check it out?
Check it out on my Instagram. Check it out on my Facebook. Check it out on my Twitter. My website, Kieran McLeod Show. Google it. It's on there. Trust me.
Okay.
You're breaking the internet.
You want to ask him what you ask every guest
Yeah,
that
of
comes?
course.
Wait. What do you ask every guest?
Oh my God. So what I ask every guest that comes on the show from the African Millennials is, who is the one guy that can never come with you to the basketball game or even just come over to watch a soccer match? And who's the one girl that you have a crush on?
No, spill all the tea.
That's two questions.
wanna
And
know.
you know what? I don't want to give him a heads up, but I actually have faith in KMS because I got the chance of meeting him. I was on one of their episodes. African Millennials airs Wednesdays at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
And so I have faith in him that he's gonna give us a good answer.
Please.
He's the one guy.
He's gonna come with you to the basketball.
He
and
cannot.
Who
It
you
doesn't,
inviting?
it doesn't mean that you
Who
don't like the
cannot?
person.
Alright,
it just
okay.
means you don't want to hang around them all the time.
Tile.
God.
Tile.
You know why I say Tile? For the simple fact that I know, as much as we get on, I know we're going to be going back and forward. So
Why?
Okay.
no, because obviously the type of we kind of we see eye to eye with a lot of things, but certain things we tend to disagree on a lot as well.
Okay,
So it's going to be back and forth in a good way. But even though he's a good guy and he's very opinionated, we're
Yes.
going to clash that way. So
Okay.
Even in the basketball.
yeah, because obviously I would say this player, he would say that player, then they start bringing up stats and all that. So I'm like, dude, just chill out, basketball games, relax, So,
Okay.
the one girl I have a crush on.
Crushing on.
I mean a crush. I wouldn't say it's a crush. I mean the one girl who I'd say I gel with the most is.
Hello, we waiting.
After the break.
He's gonna answer.
No, I'm gonna answer. Of course, I'm gonna answer.
So.
Let's say Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you know what? I think we need to
Wait.
give.
What do you mean figure? Figure what?
Hold on one second. We need to give KMS a round of applause, and then I think we need to get you
a little- yes,
a snap.
Snap for
You know
you,
why?
yes.
You know why? We've had 3 millennials on the show
Yes.
so far, and you're actually the first person to honestly answer both answers. The rest of them are always trying to avoid it or not hurt
Yes, we
people's
applaud you
feelings.
for
So
that.
we appreciate that.
I appreciate you having me here.
So that's beautiful. Next question. What's your relationship status?
Are you single?
Married?
Because they want to know. The people want to know.
About to be married, engaged.
It's complicated.
It is?
Complicated.
What does that
What
mean?
is complicated? What does that
It
mean?
means he doesn't want to get in trouble.
And you have a right to say and not to say. So.
I mean, yeah, I'm single.
Okay.
That's
Single
not
and looking,
difficult.
or
That's not
single
complicated.
and
Single and not looking.
single and not
Okay, you
looking.
chilling.
Not even
Okay.
tsunami?
We're friends. We're cool. They're cool, isn't it? We just have a great friendship.
So speaking about relationships, today we're going to talk about the last episode which I watched, and it was amazing. And
thank
that
you.
was the fuck buddy
Oh,
topic.
yeah, that was juicy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was real juicy. You had a lot to say too.
Did I? I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. I can't remember.
So from your own perspective, from your own perspective, the fuck buddy,
yeah.
which you said you haven't been a part of. You haven't had one. So,
No.
On your own understanding, what do you think it entails? Because fuck buddy doesn't really require much commitment. So
No, I mean it doesn't. The term "fuck buddy," people have multiple partners and multiple partners they're having sex with. I was gonna get there, Charm. Stay with me, stay with me. Because you like you have to comfort me right now.
Because I want to give you the chance to actually,
Yeah.
you know.
So having multiple partners who they have sex with, they don't believe that they can be faithful with one or telling lies to somebody. This goes on and goes on. So I mean, it could be down to their own insecurities. They don't want to be faithful, whatever the case is. They just want to have multiple partners, or they just could have a high sex drive.
Okay, so like for me, I'm gonna break it down, right? So we have two words. We have fuck and we have buddy, right?
Gotcha.
So for me personally, I think what fuck buddy basically means is two people, a buddy, a friend, right?
Gotcha.
Having an agreement to have a sexual relationship. So with fuck buddy, I call you when that hotline blinks. You know I want some sex. That's why I'm calling you. I'm not calling you to come fix my roof, to come cook for me, to come babysit. I'm calling you because I want some nunu. That's why I'm calling you.
for sure, I'll just call it friends with benefits.
Friends, it can be
Right.
called friends with, I mean, depending on where you're from, people have different names for it. We have booty call, we have friends with benefits, and then we have fuck buddy.
Yeah.
But today, we're talking about fuck buddy. So I think that's what it means. When I call you, Yazzie, you know, you know what, I don't even have to say much, right?
So they're just off the rip. They know what it is.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay, I get that. I
So
get that.
prior to that stage, you two already have an agreement. That
It can be an,
I think sometimes people don't even know they're a fuck buddy.
I was just about to say that.
Right.
So
You know? Yeah, I've been a fuck buddy where I didn't know I was a fuck buddy. I thought I was in a relationship. Yeah, I mean, it happened.
How long?
Till I realized I was a fuck buddy and I was like, bye.
Okay. No,
I don't understand why you didn't know you were fuck buddy because
people are great at manipulating people and making people believe that they're the only person who they're dealing with.
Okay, yeah, sometimes.
I'm not saying you was a victim of that. I'm not saying.
What I want to
but
ask
I'm
you
just
is,
saying it does happen.
you said you didn't realize in time. Did you guys have a communication? Did you have a conversation like, this is are you going out with me? Are you going to be my girl or something? Did you guys have that kind of conversation?
Let me not lie on him. So it was a guy we met, we hit it off right away. We were both, the chemistry was there, you know, we were friends for a while. You know, I liked him, he liked me. And he kept telling me, like, look, you're a great girl, but I'm not ready for a relationship yet. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I just came out of a relationship. And I just kept, you know, as a girl, sometimes you feel like, you know, this can go somewhere. So I still kept, we hadn't slept together yet. You know, I still just kept hanging out. We're doing everything couples do. I mean, we were going out on dates, movie dates, dinner dates, hanging out together, you know, all kinds of stuff, taking care of each other when each other was sick, whatever. So eventually, of course, doing all that kind of stuff, it leads to sex. And he's still like, you know, I'm still not ready for a relationship. And I'm just there like, oh, you know, he'll come around. And then I realized after like
Wait.
6-7 months that he wasn't. Yeah.
That's your fault because you didn't listen. He told you from the get-go, like, listen, this is why I'm talking to you. And actually, I really appreciate his honesty for telling you.
But you know what? See, that's what made me more attracted to him because I was like, you know, I meet all these guys that like, you meet them first day, they're like, I'm gonna marry you, and I'm like, what? That's a lie. Like, you're lying to me to get into it.
Most Nigerian favorite line.
Leave my Nigerian.
No, most Nigerian favorite line. I don't even in their music.
Nigerian favorite line.
Let me explain myself. So most Nigerians, even in the music, their first thing is, I'll marry you, I'll take you to my mama house, even without,
that's
knowing the
But can I
person's
say
name.
something? I
music, people say a lot of
believe a
things.
Nigerian more when they say they're gonna marry me than a Ghanaian because most Nigerians that I've met, everything they've said they would do, they have done, and that was whether it was I'm gonna go back to school to be a doctor, I'm gonna open up this type of business, I'm gonna marry. Like I have a Nigerian male friend, and he kept saying, "Look, I want to marry a nice, skinny, beautiful girl." He kept saying that, and really, really, truly, he married a nice, skinny. Like everything he was talking about 10, 15 years ago, he actually did it. Ghanaians, on the other hand, say one thing, they say A. And they do 10. They don't even do an alphabet. They do a number. That's like
I used to do alphabet to numbers. I'm like, what?
But that goes to show you, like how how offensive they can be.
Yeah, but I want to go to the guy that was telling you, you know. He told you from the get-go.
I agree.
I'm not ready. You know, this is the problem in most relationships. They don't listen. The communication is key.
You're absolutely right. But the difference with me, because I know that made me like him more because I was like, he's honest. I'd rather deal with a guy that's being honest with me than a guy that's lying and feeding me BS. So you know what I mean?
Is it fair to say you was hoping that he was going to change?
Because he said it
because
not
he
once,
was being honest.
not twice.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. And I mean, it was so good. I mean, I met the family.
What do you mean? No, can I come in there?
Him treating you
What
well
was so good? The love.
I mean, he treated me good. Like we're still friends up till today. I mean, we were like, everything was great. I mean,
So
like,
if you had a chance, like if he was serious, were you gonna marry this guy?
of course I would have. And
Wow.
I mean, like even his own brother makes fun of me. Like, yo, dude, like you were his girlfriend without the girlfriend title. So as much as he was honest, he in a way kind of also abused.
Yeah.
Even
I
he
get
was
it.
very honest, but like at the same time, like it's different when you're telling somebody, okay, I don't want to be in a relationship, but then you're telling somebody that, and then you're taking me out. Like we're doing everything people do in relationships. So
I don't want this to turn into like me interviewing you, but I really have I have a lot of questions. Okay,
Go ahead.
so with the whole, how did it start, right? So you guys were friends.
yeah.
So how did the first sex start?
Oh my
Like,
God.
was it were you guys drunk when you had it, or it was like let's do this?
Exactly.
You know, like how did it start?
Did you have a communication, or you just
No, I
went
was
with
not
the flow?
drunk. I definitely was not drunk.
Okay.
I definitely was not drunk.
So you guys knew what you were
You're
doing.
putting me on the spot. Yeah, definitely.
No, I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Definitely, we knew what we were doing. I mean, this is somebody like from the day I met him, I knew I was gonna. I mean, when you like somebody, you like
you knew
somebody.
you wanted to hit that basically.
Yeah. You know, I wanted to. You know.
Wait, and he told you from the start that I don't want to get serious.
He never said I don't want to get serious, but
He said
he
you
didn't
said
want to
he
be in a
meant
relationship
He didn't want to be in a
because he just came out of
relationship,
a
but you were
relationship.
trying to hope that things would get better. So at what point did you realize that this is going nowhere? I just need to get out of this. Were you the one who ended the whole fuck buddy thing?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Because you
So-
saw that it wasn't going nowhere.
No, because I just saw that, you know, when I felt like I was catching feelings, I just had to stop because I knew that wasn't, if I fell in love, then it would.
So did you find out if at that period he was seeing someone else?
From what I know, he seen some, like having a girlfriend.
Yes.
From the time I met him till now, he has not had a girlfriend.
For real?
No.
You think
that's
so?
that's what he says. I don't know.
So the reason why I asked you that question is, in most cases, when it comes to fuck buddies, it's not planned. All right, there are certain cases where it's planned, but in most cases, it's not planned. You know, we are at a party,
Just go
the
with the
vibe
flow.
is all good. I'm flirting with you, you're flirting with me, and then we do it. Right? And then the next morning, you're like, wow, that felt great. You know, let me write, what's your number? Let me get your number, you know, and then from there, we start calling each other and, you know, that happens. So sometimes it's not planned, but then, you know, indirectly, you guys decide to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys are like giving me all this heat. Let's give KMS some heat. You know, KMS, have you been a fuck buddy?
No, I haven't been.
Never?
No.
Never?
Why is that so hard to believe?
Because
that?
have you always been in a relationship?
I've always been in a relationship. Yeah.
So in between your relationships, what do you do to satisfy your,
My urge?
yeah,
Have sex.
with who?
My partner.
Only.
No, I said in between.
Oh, in between when I'm on the break.
When you're single, yeah. Exactly.
No, wait.
Okay.
For you to say exactly, you already know what I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say you called somebody.
No.
No,
You
it
hide
depends.
it.
No,
Bro, there are other ways to satisfy yourself.
No, but I'm
Okay.
not.
You know that,
He
right?
knows what I mean.
No, I know what I know where
Yeah,
you're going with it.
yeah.
Trust me, we're on the same
So
path.
who do you call?
I don't call nobody.
Okay.
Because
They
like I
call
s-
you.
They
No,
call you.
no,
You see, I'm getting you there.
you're not
sweating
getting. No, I'm not sweating. I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm just actually finding it quite funny. No, I mean, you look at. Let's be serious now.
Okay.
All fun and jokes aside, when I break up with a girl, whatever the case is, or she breaks up with whatever the case is, that's the cooling period to like chill off and just relax and get your mind back together. And I'm being totally honest here. I'm not gonna call somebody for the simple fact because, oh, you know what, I don't want the stress, I don't want to go back and do anything. I'd rather just be by myself and say chill out until somebody else comes along. And that's the totally honest truth. I'm
So
not
what
gonna
you're saying is that whenever you're in a relationship is very exclusive.
Yeah, I mean that's
you
it.
don't do anything outside of the relationship.
I don't believe in the cheating. It's just I'm old school, right? So I don't believe in the cheating. Certain people do, I don't. I mean, if you don't want to be with someone blatantly, to be honest with them and tell
So
them,
you
look,
never cheated.
is that hard to believe?
I'm not
It's
saying
not
I don't
hard
believe.
to
I'm asking. You've never cheated.
No, I've not cheated.
And
Wow.
when you're single, you don't have sex.
No, I just, like I said, it's the call-off period for myself to say, well, you know what, this broke up, we broke up for a reason. So I don't believe in, obviously, you know, just the simple fact, oh, well, you know, some people do. Each their own. Me, I just take the call-off period and, you know,
Well,
I'm good.
You sound like a great catch then.
So what's the
I'm more
longest
than
you've
a great
been?
catch,
What's the
though.
longest
Really?
you've been single? Like how many months?
Months, about a year and a bit.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
no sex for a year and a bit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We wasn't born in the world having sex, was we? So it's just a mind state of obviously just controlling your
I agree.
emotion and
Yeah.
understanding you don't need to have sex.
Mhm.
Don't
Okay.
get me wrong. I love to have sex,
I
but at the
agree.
same time, you don't need to have it.
So how do you satisfy that urge in between the relationship?
How do I say?
Masturbation,
That's what
I'm
watch
saying.
porn. Come on,
I mean,
let's
yeah,
talk.
obviously there's porn. There's
Yeah.
great porn because there's some great porn that you're like, damn, like yo, that give you the urge. You're like, shit, like you wanna like.
To read a
I
book.
can't with you
Book,
guys.
what?
I don't know. Just read a book to
I've
calm your
never,
nerves.
I don't know. I've never read a book to like
Take a
set
cold
up
shower.
and yeah. I mean, you can take a cold shower. There's loads
Yeah.
of ways you can do it, you know. So for me, obviously, masturbation would probably be the only way. It's just like put some porn on,
Mm-hmm.
see which porn sites are going on because like some girls on there like do some freak nasty stuff. So obviously,
That makes sense.
yeah, and that's
I
about
understand.
it really.
So I have a question for the whole panel. So obviously we're talking about fuck buddy. Why do you guys think people do it? People get involved in it. Why do you think
There's
that
too
is?
much temptation out there.
There's
Too much.
Too much temptation.
Social media, everything is in front of you. You can't even focus these days.
So what does I don't
Sometimes
understand?
it's not only temptation. Sometimes it could be maybe you dating someone from a distance and you guys don't see often,
Okay.
and you need to get satisfied,
Mhm.
and you don't want to masturbate, and you want to feel
Why
the
you
real
pointing at
thing.
me?
You said you masturbate.
So you don't.
We're not talking about me today. We're talking about you,
I know
bro.
what I'm asking though. It's just for me to ask, right?
Well, it's a regular thing.
So people,
the doctors advise
so based
that.
on what you say, people get it because they're in a long distance relationship
Some
and they want
distance.
right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's possible.
Why do you think people get into having fuck buddies?
I think F buddies sometimes are not like it's not planned. I think like maybe like a lot of my friends that I know, if they're not in a relationship, they don't have sex with new guys. They will sometimes rather just go sleep with an ex-boyfriend or
Yeah.
something. So in that case, I guess you can call that like ex-boyfriend turned
Fuck
F buddy. You know what I mean? In a situation like that,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe in a situation where you're single, you have a lot going on, and you're not interested. Some people like are really not interested in being in a relationship. That's me, for example,
Yes.
right now at this stage of my life. Like I'm single. I'm not looking. Like I'm so focused. I'm so busy doing other things that it's the least
Yeah,
of
but
my
I don't
problem.
know why you guys
So
always use that word, focused, busy. Does a relationship come in as a distraction?
It does.
it
That's-
can.
Does it?
Wow.
It can.
So you can't multitask. You can't handle everything.
I
No.
mean,
Go ahead.
no, you go
No,
ahead,
you-
Kim.
no,
You're
I mean-
the guest.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Appreciate that.
please say something.
No, I mean, for me, I'm only speaking on for me. My personal opinion. If I was to find a girl, a woman, female that is on my level, I'm talking about in my level, spiritually, mentally, focused, driven, whatever the case is, and she's not. I'm not saying all women, because men do it as well. Sometimes women or men are distracting or trying to pull you off your track, what you're trying to do, because they
Yeah.
believe the relationship is 100% where I committed, I want to do this in this relationship, and they're trying to pull you away from your goals. I'm not saying all women or all men are like this, but they can be a distraction in what they want to do because they've achieved certain things out of life. So their next achievement that they want to do is, I want to have kids, I want to have marriage, and that's their accomplishment they want to do. So in regards to, if you're want to be on your career and you're not ready for kids and that, and they're trying to distract you from doing that, they're going to pull you to what they want
Yeah.
via whether it's a man or a female. So that's why I said it can be distracting. I'm not saying it's always, but it can
Exactly,
be.
Yeah.
because you can find somebody with similar goals. Similar
Yeah, that's
mind.
what I'm saying. If you
guys
find
have
that,
similar timeline, like, okay, I don't want no kids in the next 5 years. I don't want to get married in the next 5 years. And she's like, me too. I just want us to build, our careers.
Yeah.
So is that a distraction?
I mean, for me, I feel like there's so many different reasons why people have a fuck buddy,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So many different reasons. And one, I feel like they have fuck buddies, like you said, to reduce their body count. I don't want to keep having sex from, having sex from one person to the next. I'll just call this person, right? Because this person's always there.
Convenient.
It's convenient.
We've
So
done it
you-
already. It's not a
And then-
body count is the
yes,
most important.
the body
Yeah.
counts to reduce your body count, and also, of course, STDs are out there. So I know, every time I call this one person, at least, the percentage of me getting an STD is a little low.
I was gonna say,
Even
don't
though
rule
you
it
can't
out
see
now.
it, they're
Don't
doing
rule
it.
it out now.
Hold on.
Don't
Of
rule that out.
course, we're not 100% safe, but I'm saying it makes sense to call that one person than jumping from one person to the next.
Yeah.
It increases.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It increases that risk.
Yeah.
It
Um,
reduces the risk of having, multiple partners and,
Yes.
thinking you might be at the risk of getting herpes.
Exactly. And also the headache. Like, because having a fuck buddy, you don't have to check in. I don't have to tell you what I'm doing next week, next 2 weeks. I don't need to tell you all of that.
I think for a lot of men, that is the number one reason why they have F buddies, because they don't want to deal with the stress of being in a relationship. Because, I mean, I'm not going to speak for all men, but a few of my men friends always say, oh my God, girls, headache, 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 you know, so they rather just deal with F buddy.
You don't have to check in and tell them what you're doing next week, who you visit, where you at. That question I hate. I don't need, don't ask me where I'm at, right?
So we all know what it is already.
People do that to, they don't want that headache, so they sign up for, I don't know, sign up, but, they get a fuck buddy. It's easier for them.
So question for everybody.
Yeah.
You not doing too much of fuck buddies, but you can still answer.
Have you had a fuck buddy?
Yes,
before?
I have, but let me ask mine first. We'll talk about that later.
Go ahead.
If you find out that your fuck buddy is married, would you continue being a fuck buddy to that person?
You can't be F buddies with a married person.
Yeah,
that's cheating.
Wait.
What do you mean? How can you have an F buddy that's married?
Oh, you said can't or can?
You cannot.
Oh, okay.
No,
if you find out
10 out of 10.
after like
What'd
3
you say?
times you guys have had something.
It doesn't matter how the sex is. Married people are off limits, period. They're married. You stay away.
We are moving from that, because if you have a fuck buddy, in most cases, the two people are single. That's how I see it. Because once you messing with a married man, that's a whole different title. That's a whole different issue. A fuck buddy, we are both in it to release that urge, right? So when you're married and you still have a fuck buddy on the side, that's a side piece. And especially if you know the person is married, if you know Yaz is married and you still, doing it with her, you a side nigga.
Because I want to know the difference between fuck buddy, side chick, and stuff. Because a lot of married men have girls they sleeping with, right?
Yeah.
And
so what is she to them?
That's a side piece.
Side piece, but you see, I get what he's saying too. If I'm married and I'm really only with you for sex, most married men that do cheat on their wives, it really is just about the sex. Yeah. I mean, that's just all that it really is. Sex. So I guess that is a form of fuck buddy.
It falls into the same category.
Yeah,
it's just
it
that
does.
fuck buddy you have certain.
But we don't want to preach that over here. Like that is completely.
No. Of course not.
When somebody's married, you stay away. Like.
But then is it fair to say some people don't stay away, even though they know that it's wrong?
Especially the girls.
I don't want to break up.
Most girls know.
Well, girls and guys,
I think anyone, like if you're married and you have a F buddy, then I think then you have a lot of problems with yourself, the married person. And then like even me as a girl, like if I would never mess with a married man, and any girl that does, in my opinion, like you just must have issues with yourself, because there's so many men out here. There's no reason why you should be messing with a married man, and like you just shouldn't.
I agree.
So you said something in your show, African Millennials, about some of the signs.
Like, how do you know that you're an F buddy? Well, if the person isn't telling you directly you're an F buddy, how would you know?
If they only call you for sex, if they're not calling you to go out to meet the family, it's like every time you text me or every time you call me, it's because you want something.
I mean, come on, it's just straight cut. It's a straight cutthroat. Yes. It's not even like a business, but it's straight cutthroat. I want you for sex, and that's it, period. Yeah. Don't ask me anything. We're not going out. I call you at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Whatever time I call you, I'm calling you for sex like charges.
That's what I was going to say, that most of the time, F buddy, you don't do dates, you're not meeting the family, as you guys said. And a lot of times it's late night phone calls, late night text messages, or like, nudes being sent to each other.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's how you know that you're an F buddy, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is. There's nothing more, there's nothing less, but then at the same time.
But there are some cases where they still do dates, just that the word it's not out.
So you know what? Like that's what I was gonna say with my personal example is, I mean, we went on dates. I mean, we did everything couples did, but so I don't know. Well, maybe I wasn't an F buddy then.
Well, they probably didn't want that commitment, like that. They probably don't want the title. Yeah. Of like, we just chilling, we just hanging out, but they don't want to give you that girlfriend title or boyfriend title, and there's a reason why they don't want that title.
And therefore, you can't ask me anything.
Yes, because it comes with other responsibilities.
Yes,
and then they can start questioning you, like, where are you?
So it's safe to say that some people use F buddy as a get out of jail card.
Yes, definitely.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely, because they can do mostly everything that couples do with you, but the title, they don't want to give you that.
And you know what I noticed with F buddies too? Like, I don't care what anyone says, someone always catches feelings.
Yes.
Well, I mean, people always say the girls catch feelings first, but there are situations also that like the guy can catch feelings as well.
Well, I know a guy who's catching feeling right now. I'm not gonna call names.
Call the name.
No,
How you gonna
we
lie?
don't blow up spots
Oh,
over here.
we don't
Snitches
do
get
that.
stitches.
No,
Yeah.
it is really dangerous. Like that's the some of the danger part of fuck buddy, because the goal of a fuck buddy, it's simple. It's for them to enter into your life, fuck shit up, and leave.
Yeah, but
I
because
know.
that's
Then they'll text you. Then they'll
No,
text you
and I
that,
agree.
that I makes you test every 2 months when they notice when they notice that you're moving
As soon
on.
as they see
Yeah,
that
but
that's
you're
their
moving
only
on, then they
goal.
come, I miss you.
That's the golden rule. I get that.
That's the
I
goal.
agree. But once again, once you have sex, emotions are going to come into play, whether it's the male or the female.
you know,
regardless of what
listen,
they said.
especially when you're having, like, you know, there are different types of sex. It's
That's
different when
what
you're
I'm saying.
banging, and then there's sex
Nah,
where
trust me.
it's being romantic,
Yes.
or like you're effing on the couch, you're effing on the bed, you're
That's
effing
what-
on the floor. Like somebody's
to.
bound to catch feelings.
But
you know what I mean?
But I'm saying, if we have a conversation, right? And if we have a conversation,
Go ahead.
and I'm telling you, Yazzie, things are not working out right now. I just want to chill. I just want, you know what they say. That's why sex is for people that are matured, right? Because you know when you get into it, it's gonna go into something like in another level.
Yeah,
so if we have that understanding, and you go and catch feelings or whatever, that's your problem.
Yeah,
you
I
need
know.
to
Like
deal with
my
that.
situation, that's
Yeah.
exactly how when I realized, like, hey, like, oh, whoa, yeah, it's pause. Like,
Yes,
ooh,
yeah.
I stepped, you know, I run away. I left the situation as quickly as possible because I didn't want to get caught up.
If you catch feelings, that's your problem.
That's
But
your problem.
You're forgetting that we're humans. What runs in our body? We have bloods, we have hormones, right? Most times, fuck buddy sex, oftentimes on the stats, is always better than the relationship.
I don't know about that,
He's
but
speaking
what
like
I
a
do
fuck
know,
buddy expert.
what I do know
I'm
is
just
that
saying the
if
truth.
you know you cannot handle it,
Don't
do
get
it.
into it. That's
Just
what
like the
you're
way
saying.
he doesn't do it.
How
But
do you
as
know
you're
you
saying-
cannot handle it when you're just doing it?
Yeah.
for
But
the
you should have
first
done your
time?
research. Like
Research
we're
is
all
not
adults.
But you
experience.
know what? But you know what? It
research
takes
is not
two. It takes two
experience.
to tango. You know,
Yes.
I don't agree with you on that because it takes two to tango. If, for example, if we're F buddies and you're like eating everything, you're eating the front, the
Exactly.
back, tossing the salad,
You
doing
don't
all
get
of
that
that.
in
Of course,
relationships
I
all the
might
time.
catch feelings.
Yes.
Well, that's your problem.
Because
You should have
even
been-
my
you should have-
boyfriend is
you should
not
have-
tossing
you
the
should have brought-
salad.
that's
You
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
brought your A game as well. I'm bringing my A game. You should
Hey,
have brought your A
hey,
game
tossing
as well.
salad is
You
not
know-
my hanging.
No, but I'm saying whatever I'm doing to catch your attention and to get into your
Yeah,
head,
crazy.
your body, and your feelings, you should have done your research.
You see, and that's why I'm saying that in the F buddy situation, in my opinion, one person,
Is gonna
even
catch
if
it,
it's
yeah.
an agreement, not only is one person catching feelings,
Feelings.
but one person is always slightly taking advantage of the other. Because there are a lot of people, like I have, like one of my cousins, he straight up was caught up with between two girls. One that was his girlfriend and one that was his ex-girlfriend, and he was going back and forth. And as much as he loves the girlfriend that he's with, he will see the ex-girlfriend, and every time he sees her, he plays with her head. And I said to him, you know you don't want to be with so and so. Why are you playing with her head? And you know what he said to
Go
me?
ahead.
He said, because I like the fact that I have that power over her. Like, it's mine. She's mine. Like, I don't want to be with her, but I just enjoy. But that's effed up. And I said to him,
that's
I'm a
wrong.
female, and
That's
I said to him straight up, brother, cousin, whatever family or not, I said to him straight up, I said, you are so wrong for doing that. You know you don't want this girl. You're not even sleeping with her anymore. Like,
He's not
why
sleeping with
take
her?
her back to that spot? Because every time you take her back to that spot, you're messing with her head. And
This
that's
is
what
what-
F buddies do.
This is why
Play with the
personally,
head.
this is not personal. I can't do it
Okay.
because I'm a little selfish. What if I want it and you're not in the mood to get it?
You better
Yeah.
get in the mood.
No,
You
but
get her in the
no,
mood.
you don't
That's
always
it.
get in the
Yeah,
mood.
I know what you mean.
You know
I
what
know
I
what you
mean?
mean.
So
I
what
know.
if I want it and you're not in the mood?
Yeah.
But then when you're in the mood, you want me to get in the mood. It's like I have to work on your time.
I agree.
You
I
see?
agree. I
So
mean,
it
I
happens.
experienced it once, and I don't think I would do it again.
right?
You know, it's not something that I would do again because, again, you know, you don't want to end up catching feelings for somebody that's not ready for it. Then, like, the only person that really is in trouble is yourself if the other person is not ready.
Is it fair to say, despite you have the conversation from the start, you can't help how you feel?
Yeah, that's very fair.
Because
Yeah.
yes, you have the conversation.
But
Like you said, we are human.
we're humans.
Someone,
Feelings change.
it does change, you know,
feelings.
especially if, you know, the sex is great and you have a great relationship and you just connect on all different levels.
You're not getting that from
you know,
the other side.
And if, you know, if there's a deeper connection, you're like, wow, you know what? I feel like there's more to this.
Okay, so let me ask you, why are you catching feelings? Because you want more, right? And you
No,
want all
no,
to yourself.
No,
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Why are you catching these feelings? Because you want more. You want
Yeah,
something
okay.
more out of it, right? So because you want something more out of it, my advice to people that do it is you have to bring more to the table. So you have to bring something more than just sex, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said on a deeper level. That's
On a
what I'm saying.
deeper level,
Yeah.
you have to give the
But
person
what if the
more.
other person is so non-emotional, no, just adamant about that, and this is it, and you already catching feelings, and you even bringing more to the
You're
table.
the one sleeping with the person. You have to figure it out
know
how
But
to
then if
bring them to the other
But then
side.
if for me, if I seen another female catching feelings and I told her what it was from the start, I would move on and say, no, we're not doing this no more. I would
Yeah,
draw
you
the
cut-
line.
you cut it.
Because she's just going to get more and more attached,
attached.
and then it's going to
But
lead
some
something
men,
else.
you see, and that's what I respect about men that are honest and men that are direct. Like what you said, I don't do it, I masturbate. I respect that so much because a lot of men, when they're in that position, they don't draw the line. They take advantage of the girl. They keep sleeping. They just use her for sex.
But why are we blaming the man in this situation? If you are the guy, right? If you're the guy, and why won't you have the conversation with the lady like, listen, I feel like you've fallen for me, and we had the conversation from the get-go.
If I was a guy, why would I not have that conversation?
So you should have the conversation. Yes.
But you know, there's still some girls that you tell
Or
that.
the girl should
And
be
it's-
like, listen, I'm falling for you, and I can't
Like-
do this anymore.
Because
Like
it's like you don't want to have that conversation, and that's the brutal honest. You don't want to have that conversation. Why am I going to tell you I'm falling for you? Sometimes like my actions show you more than enough
Yeah.
that I'm falling
That's
for you.
why they always say that actions speak louder than words.
But
you
do you know
what
that
I
there
mean?
are some fuck buddies that finally got serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
of
gonna say that there are
course.
successful fuck
Of
buddies
course.
that
Even
have
though
gotten
at
married.
the start they
Even
didn't have that intention, so it
course.
could happen. You know, people
Like-
change.
Like I just saw this on the news literally, I think yesterday. There's an American football player, and 10 years ago, like in sometime in like '08, he filed a restraining order against the girl
Oh, he's
because
back
the
with
girl
it.
was so crazy over him, and he was married to someone at that time.
Hmm.
He just divorced that person and is
Is that
now
what- yeah,
married to the girl that he had a restraining
thing
order
with.
against,
Yeah.
and so that this means he was cheating on his wife
yeah.
with the other
Well,
girl. So there are successful F buddy stories.
9 that's the case.
But I think when it comes to F buddies, like, there's really no right or wrong, and I don't think you can really plan it because it works off emotions, and we are human beings. I mean, we're not machines. So sometimes it's very hard for us to switch on or switch off, especially women. We're just so emotional.
Wow.
So as Charlie's saying, it just might be a better idea not to do it at
Not
all.
to do it.
Yeah.
So what are you guys saying in conclusion? Are you saying we should not have fuck buddies even though we're not in a
No, I
relationship?
mean we did
Or
list
we
some
should try
advantages of it.
sometimes?
We did list some
What are the
advantages of it and
disadvantages?
also some disadvantages of it.
Okay.
So I think like you have to analyze it yourself
Know what you're getting into.
and know what
Well,
you're getting
try and
into.
know what you're getting yourself
Yeah.
into because
Most importantly, something that I think a lot of women don't realize is how powerful we are and how much control we have over men.
Huh?
You do?
What?
No, women are.
It's
Women
true.
are. We
It's
are.
true.
We are. We don't.
Really?
You know, like I don't have that much relationship experience. You know what I mean? I've only had like 2 boyfriends, so I don't have that much relationship
Three,
experience.
2 and 1 fuck buddy.
The F buddy was not a relationship. So,
I like
but
that. I like
anyway,
that.
okay.
That was quick. That was quick.
But once you start to get older and you really start to understand men, you really realize like we have a lot of power and
So,
KMS.
why would you say that women have the power?
Because I'm going to speak for majority, right?
Okay.
A lot of times in F-buddy situations, okay, let me speak for my circle, my friends or people that I know, because I can't speak for all women. You know, it's normally the girl being hurt. But a woman, I can have you as my F-buddy and totally use it to my advantage as well and
You
not
think so?
and not get emotionally. We can if we
happens.
really tune
It
in.
happens.
If we really tune in. Instead of like not believing a lot of things that men say, we have to be like men. You know what I mean? That's why it's very important when, like Steve Harvey said, think like a man but act like a lady. Sometimes you have to boss up and do that.
But I talked about blood, I talked about hormones, I talked about catching feelings.
Yeah,
so most
but-
times the women get hot, even though you're saying women have more power. So why do the women get hot? Because they're the ones who catch feelings.
Yeah, but as you
No,
realize,
guys
like
do catch
guys
feelings
don't,
too.
in my
And
opinion,
often, most of the time.
in my opinion, even with my experience, men don't like nice girls. Like that F-buddy that I had, I was being so nice. You know what I mean? Men don't like that. Like men really do like BITCHESs. Like they really do. The more BITCHES you are with guys, and I'm learning that. The more you are like that
But
with
then-
them, the more it's like a magnet. It's like,
But
ooh,
then,
ooh,
is
you
it,
know?
okay, so do you, because of what you've seen, is your characteristic change of being the B word instead of being your normal self? Because
So has that changed you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, certain guys love that more than they will. Because I don't like.
I am still,
But you can behave like that if you wanted to.
I am still a very nice girl.
No, I believe
But
that.
I'm not being too nice too early. I'm really taking my time, taking it easy.
Which you should do.
And taking it slow before I'm like so super nice. I think it's fair to say that in a lot of F-buddy situations, people start in the beginning by telling you, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship, or I was hurt, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's just like a safe word. It's their, as I said before, their get out of jail card, because they already know from the beginning, like, hey, I have like 10 girls, or I have like 5 boyfriends, or whatever. This is not gonna go anywhere, but maybe they just wanna smash, so.
I understand where you're coming from with that, but you can also look at it this way. They're just being honest with you, letting you know this is what is going on.
You can.
It's a sexual contract, and you signed it. It's a sexual contract.
I agree.
Different kind of contract.
I agree. So
yeah.
And again, not to talk too much about myself. So in my situation where he did tell me that, but then taking me out to dinner, taking me to meet family.
It was just a cherry on top.
Yeah,
If you get your iced coffee, don't you want a whipped cream? They were just giving you like a little cherry on top.
That's
to make
taking,
you feel a little bit appreciated for the
taking,
contract.
That's taking advantage of another person.
So would
that
you rather
really
have
is.
that? Would you rather have him banging you every night and then take you out on a dinner, even though it's still a fuck buddy, or just text you 11 p.m.?
You up?
I would never have a F buddy again, but if I did, I prefer the 11 p.m.
You do?
Because
Okay.
yeah, because the other one, we're human beings, and it messes with your head. You get what I mean? It makes you feel like, okay, maybe I am special. Okay, maybe this can go somewhere, and then you can really literally end up wasting a year or 6 months. And time is precious. We're young. This is our prime. Do not waste your time with anyone. You know what I mean? But that's why I'm saying that the power can be reversed, because a lot of times when you tell a guy you don't want to be in a relationship, you're not serious, blah, 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 that's when they want you. I'm just saying from my experience, that's when they're all over you and they want to be in a relationship with you because you're running away from them.
You're right.
Well,
I agree.
To add to what you were saying, what I know in a relationship is that most times the one who is not so into the relationship has more control of the relationship.
And this is why it goes back to my thing about us women just thinking more like a man and turning it up and being bosses and taking control of the situation, because men need us. We need them too, but they really, really need us. I mean, you guys know. You know what I mean?
Look, bottom line, just don't have a fuck buddy. It's stressful. It's stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked a lot about it. We've seen the the options and disadvantages. Look, just be happy.
Yeah.
Enjoy life. That's what I
know
can
what
say
to
today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. This was great conversations.
I know.
And also, if you guys have any experience with fuck buddies, just let us know in the comments. You are watching ABS. This is Mina TV. Oh.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.